welcome to the Africa Farmers Breakfast Show. My name is DJ Nara. I am joined by my beautiful co-host Ashley Marion. Address the nation. Salimia watu.
Welcome to the breakfast show. I hope that we are all keeping warm with this weather, and we're going to have fun.
Yes, we definitely are. We have an amazing show lined up for you. Hot topics, fresh content, a bit of fun in there. We have traffic updates. We're going to tell you where you're going, how you should get there, and if you should change your route because Nairobi be wilding. And we're going to tell you how the weather is, how it's going to be all through the day. And our topic for the day is the impact of the rise in food prices in Kenya for farmers in general and for Kenyans. Nyanya haitoki 50 bob tena, haitoki tatu 50 sasa, it's moja 30 and we cannot, we truly cannot. But yes, other things like maize and potatoes, just the general foodstuffs that we buy, it has been the largest increase noted since 2014. So we're going to talk about that, how it's affecting you, what should inform your next decision as a farmer, as a seller, as a broker, Yes, we're going to address all these things. So, first of all, the elephant in the room that has never left and is not about to leave, COVID. Wherever you are, sanitize. Please keep clean, maintain social distance. It's about 1.5 meters, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, 1.5 meters between you and the next person. If you can afford to not be around people, please do that. For those of us who have to come to work to keep you entertained, please sanitize, ensure you're clean, always rather your hands are clean. Do not touch your face and nose or anywhere with a membrane that can pass the virus in. Wear a mask at all times. If you have to cough into your elbow or into the mask, just keep safe. Responsibility ni yako. There's so much the government can do, there's so much the World Health Organization can do. The rest of the responsibility is on to you. Yes, and like I said, operate on the assumption that everyone else is normal apart from you. So watu wengine wakichizi, you're the normal one. Follow the guidelines, stay safe, and sanitize. Yes. Traffic updates za leo zinakaaje along Nairobi?
I've just seen somewhere that Jogoo Road,
Yes.
going to town, like through Muthurwa, there's a lot of traffic there.
Yes.
There's a flood at Nyayo Stadium, and Thika Road, as usual, there's a lot of traffic. But this has to be because of the rain.
Yes.
It's raining everywhere, and people are getting all their cars on the road.
Yeah.
Schools are opening, so there's a lot of things happening right
there's
now.
a whole lot of things happening.
Yeah.
By the way, when schools open, I don't know what happens. It's like the public service sector goes insane.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like from Machakos town to Machakos, or even town to Kitengela, you pay 100 bob or less. The minute they hear guys are going back to school, it's 300, it's 400. You wonder, sour, this is one day profit, and then it makes no sense. And can we address Nyayo Stadium for a second? Nilianza campus bado ikirenovatiwa. Is it still being renovated?
Honestly, I don't know. There was a time it was being maintained by Britam. I don't know what happened after that. I don't know what happened after that. But this is Kenya. We love our country.
Yes, we are the ones who are waiting for them to campaign and tell us how they are going to continue renovating our stadiums. But it is what it is. We move regardless.
Yeah.
I used to hear when I was younger that is it the Moi? The one near Kasarani, the Moi International. Is it called Moi? I'm thinking about it.
The stadium.
Yes. Is it called Moi?
Is it not called Kasarani?
I
don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, we are both not
the stadium in
good
Kasarani.
Nairobi people. That one. I think
one.
It's called the Moi International Stadium. I'm not sure, but I used to be told that it can withstand a bomb. An explosion, and I was like, interesting. But the Nyayo one is flooding, so standards are very low.
And the worst thing is, it's in the middle of town.
home. Kwanza
It's
that
right
stretch,
there.
that stretch of Nyayo traffic.
A lot of people pass through there. It's embarrassing.
It's, I mean, at this point, it's just embarrassing. Guys, we are here talking about, oh, we have infrastructure, we have SGR, we have Nini. We can't manage to maintain a stadium. What does that say about us as people?
We should do better. We should do better.
We should really.
There's also the other issue about parents being very scared about taking their kids back to school because nobody knows. Tomorrow, Uhuru might wake up and say that the schools are closed, people should go back home. Yeah, and they're also struggling to pay school fees.
It's crazy.
There's a lot happening. Yeah,
there's a lot happening. May shule midterm between June and July, then August we closed. Like there was a whole
schedule. Students in high school are more likely to adapt to new systems like online and things like that. Yeah. But kids who are in these lower classes and lower primary, these are kids that need stability.
True.
To be able to learn and everything because they don't adapt that fast. So I feel like it's affecting them the most.
Oh well, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but we hope for the best.
Yeah, we hope for the best, and God for us all.
Yeah.
What did you say? Kila mtu kivyake na God himself.
Yeah.
That translates to everyone for himself. Yeah. God for himself, for themselves. Tatufai kuidentify. Si we are no longer gender
feminists in the room.
Yeah, black and female lives matter. But yes, everyone for himself, and God is great. It's not even God for us all, it's just God himself. But welcome back. Where have you been? The weekend, how was it? Imekupeleka aje? Did you have fun? Like Ashley over here did. She said she had a wonderful weekend. Did you meet your friends? Were you with your loved one? Where were you rather enjoying the weekend from, especially now that there's no lockdown? Did you go home? If your home is Kisumu, if your home is Nyeri, if your home is Eldoret, where were you? What have you been up to? Talk to us. We are live now on Facebook at Afarmers with a Z, but you can find us basically anywhere. We are on social media across all platforms. Blueband imeanza kazi tena. Platforms, yes, across all platforms. My Kikuyu self. We are live on Instagram. You can text us, DM us, just comment on our post. We're going to get that feedback and just relate to the rest of you guys. You can tell us what you need to hear in the shows, what content you think you might need, and we are going to give that to you because we are here for you. We are here to help you attain knowledge and grow profits farm. Yes, so we are also on TikTok. If you're into that kind of fun, you can find us basically anywhere. Even on YouTube, we are live and streaming now. For any inquiries about the services that we give as Africa Farmers, please send us an inquiry at info@africafarmers.org. I think.
Yeah.
Yes, that is it. Hiya, so tell the masses, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I had a lot of me time.
Yes.
I had time to reflect on my life. Sometimes you should take this time where you think about what am I doing right, what do I need to improve on. Yes. Things like that, because I had a very busy week.
Yeah.
So the weekend was a much needed time to rest.
I get that.
Yeah.
Well, for me, the weekend was sleep in capital letters because the Africa Farmers team was in Namanga for a farm visit, and we came back pretty late. So me, I cannot lie. Saturday niliona the first hour saa sita. That's when I came into contact with Saturday. So my whole weekend was lazy. It was just sometimes you just need to de-stress, detoxify, just relax, have you time, like Ashley said. Take care of the mental aspect, the physical, maybe take a hike, work out. Just ensure that you is okay, so that you can be able to work, so that you can be able to face the week with new energy and rejuvenation. Yeah. But me, honestly, weekends have never been like this before. As a DJ, weekends are packed with events. but we're still not back. So you can't tell a person that, oh, you need to come and have a party from 7 to 9, and 9 to 10, that's the hour for you to get home. It
And I was
makes
telling
no
someone
sense.
during the weekend how we used to take this freedom for granted.
You know,
We used to see it as too normal, like we normalized it too much. We didn't appreciate
we
it
did not.
because the weekends were days to go for events, go out with your family.
Yes,
You don't have to start thinking about, because you find yourself panicking that have I touched too many
you know,
places, COVID.
crazy.
There's just a lot going
There's
on.
a
We used
lot
to
going
take
on.
that freedom for granted.
True.
Yeah.
We underestimated that power of just walking out of
Yeah.
your house. Like, nimetoka.
Yeah.
The way Kenyans usually say, naenda hivi na kam. These days you cannot just naenda hivi. You have to make sure, do I have sanitizer? Did I carry a
Curfew.
mask? What time do I need to get back? If I leave now, how many hours will I have to be there where I'm going until I have to come back again? Like, there's so much calculations. And kitambo, you just leave. If you wanted to go for swimming
You just
costume,
leave.
towel, something,
When
out.
when you go
You're gone.
somewhere, you're not having to go
You're
home.
not having to go home. There's no calculations that you have to do before you leave. And if you order food, you think, okay, it will take an hour for this food to be done, and then an hour and a half for me to eat it. There were no calculations like that. If you had to meet with people, whether you're meeting with 400 people, you're just like, yeah, I'm going out, I'm going for a concert. These days you think, what kind of concert? Why is it there? Do I have to go? Because we never knew what we had until
Yeah,
it's gone.
we didn't
Now
know
we know.
what we had. Now it's gone.
Me, I'm a movie buff. Completely, I am obsessed, I can say. So that whole going to watch a new movie in cinema, that was such a thrill for me.
Me too. I
Oh
used to love that. I feel like the last time I went to a cinema, I went to watch Avengers. That's how that's how
That's
long
how
it's
long
been.
it's been.
Yeah, that's how long it's been.
I think the last one I watched was Tenet, the one with what was
That
his
came
name?
out last year.
Yes, that was the last one.
I've,
Right
I've not
before
gone
now
to the
they closed
I've
completely.
not gone to the cinema since COVID started.
Imagine coming to America. That the
Coming.
remake, the part 2 of the movie that was, is it 25 years ago? So imagine not having to see that in cinema. And it's Eddie Murphy. Do you know what that means?
But let's just hope and pray at some point we will go back to normal, or that might never happen. But we will adapt. We are humans. We
But
easily
then,
adapt to these
yeah, we
things.
do,
So
we do
we're
adapt.
going to adapt through this, and we're going to get through it.
We hope and pray. We hope and pray. But yes, back to our main topic of the day. Food prices have been rising steadily, yes, maybe because of inflation and all of that, but since 2014, this is the highest rise recorded. And when you think about that for a second, food is everyone's problem. It's not, you can't say, if it's fuel, you can't say, oh, I don't drive a car, so I'm not affected. Oh, I don't do this. It's food. It's center to everything.
It's a
basically.
basic
Yeah,
need.
it's a basic need.
Yeah.
A basic need. So if food prices rise, then sets off a chain reaction. Now other things rise, taxes maybe for the food. Now it's a lot, guys. But first of all, let's assess the prices that are currently there of our basic needs in Kenya. That goes for maize, potatoes, tomatoes, onions, just the basic needs you need to survive. Before we check on now maybe the exotic types of greens, kina broccoli, kina I don't know what. And when you see these prices, you'll understand why we mean the prices have gone too high for the mwananchi to afford. And now the mwananchi will have to start eating, I don't even know what. Indomie?
I have a friend who went grocery shopping this weekend, and she was telling me that tomatoes she used to buy for 20 shillings. She's buying one for 15 shillings.
Imagine. And the size is not even the same as the ones that she'd buy for 20. Can you imagine one tomato? What if you're 5 in your home or 7? You need about 4 per meal. So already that's close to 100 bob. And the
It's just
poverty line,
tomatoes.
yeah, the poverty line is $1. $1 is 110. You haven't bought the unga, the flour for the
Yeah.
ugali. You haven't bought the greens. You
Mm.
just bought tomatoes. You haven't even bought onions.
Mm.
And it's already close to the poverty line, the dollar per day line. Can you think about that for a second as Ashley tells us the prices of.
So right now the price for a sack of potatoes in Kisumu is 3,400. In Nairobi it's 3,200, and the lowest it is at Eldoret, which is 2,400.
Imagine.
A crate of tomatoes right now is ranging from 3,600 to 4,200 shillings. Onions is at 900 shillings for a 13 kg sack, and maize is at 2,400 for a 90 kg sack. Those are the basics of
Just the basic,
just the common person. Let's leave these ones for mushrooms and
I don't know,
broccoli,
shrimp.
French beans. Let's
French
leave those
beans.
ones. We're
Let's
talking about the common
Mwananchi,
mananchi.
the common wanjiko.
Mm.
Explain to me how a 13 kg onion bag is
Yeah,
going for.
900 shillings.
My mom used to grow onions, and even in Namanga, when the farm visit that we were in, the farmer is growing onions, but they are still a bit young. They haven't matured yet, but 900, guys. A kilo maybe is
This
like
is the
6
time.
onions.
This is the time when your mom tells you to cook with half an onion.
Half a quarter of an onion,
Yeah.
and you make sure you preserve that the remainder.
And one tomato.
Oh my
She does not want to know if that food
If
will. No.
Kama haitaonja ama itaonja.
No.
Point ni the tomato will last the week.
Imagine our Kikuyu community and their tofu.
Kwanza, I am a connoisseur of soup all day. So now you're telling me I'll have colorless soup because a tomato is going
Some
for.
salt. Salt is the one thing that doesn't really rise, and if it does, you don't feel pain. Yeah.
Things like eggs. Eggs are going for 350
per tray.
And that's if you buy as a tray. If you buy one, it's 15 bob.
15 shillings.
An egg is 15 bob. How many eggs do you need to eat? Like for breakfast?
Let's count in terms of family.
Oh my god.
You're at home. Let's just make up a typical family.
Typical family.
A mother, a father, 3 kids, and a helper. How many are those? Those are 6 people. Let's say each of them is eating 2 eggs.
2, not even many 2 eggs.
Just 2. That is 12.
That's 12. That's half a tray.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And that's just breakfast. If they decide to have ugali and mayai for dinner, that's another 12.
And maize, you're seeing 90 kgs is 2,400.
Kwanza potatoes. Being from the Nyeri side of the country, potatoes going for 3,400 a bag, a 50 kg bag. When I remember there was a time my mom used to sell them for 1,000 or even 700 when days were bad. That same bag is going for 3,400. I can't understand. But then again, if you're a farmer who has potatoes, mature potatoes right now, you're in the winning circle, because in Kisumu you'll be selling it for 3,400. In Nairobi you're selling it for 3,200. In Eldoret you're selling a bag for 2,400. So for a farmer this is profitable. And this also informs where you're going
I
to
feel
sell.
like in this beautiful country of ours, yes, the farmer might be benefiting, but that money is also going somewhere. There is tax, there is the inputs that you put to grow these things, because if you are selling, it means you're doing large scale farming. So the more you invest, the more you get back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you're going to get good profit. Yes, you're going to raise your profits, but it's training the common one.
Yes, absolutely. Because I remember last week when we were talking about record keeping, So when you keep records and understand that I used maybe per bag, per every bag of potato that I produce, I used 1,000 or 1,500. So that's the production costs, and that one now you don't count it as profit. Then you see that in Eldoret, the bag is going for 2,400, and in Kisumu the bag is going for 3,400. So you think, do I add a cost of maybe transport to ensure that I take these potatoes of mine to Kisumu to get the highest profit? Or do you sell in Eldoret, if maybe that's your hometown? Do you sell in Nairobi, and then you add on top of now the cost of production, maybe expenses of paying the workers, the people who actually harvested, if you didn't harvest yourself, the packing, the cleaning, sometimes maybe like supermarket potatoes, they don't just come the way they came from the shamba. They need some cleaning, some nice packaging, and these additional costs you need to think about, so that this price, this highest price, can be yours for the taking as the
But
farmer.
as from the farm visit that we went
Yes.
on Friday, farming has a lot of profits.
It does. It
And
really
I'm
does.
encouraging our viewers, you as a farmer, please consult, find out more information, do your research about the things that can actually give you profits.
Yes.
Because, for example, we were being shown chilies, the red chilies.
Yes.
They were in a small piece of land.
Very small.
I don't know what size was it. Was it an acre or what?
Probably half.
Half.
Even less than half an acre.
Yeah. And the farmer was growing them like on that piece of land. And he told us that the seeds that can come out of that piece of land for those chilies can be planted in a 5-acre plot of land.
Yes.
And seeds worth one acre is 170,000 shillings.
Imagine that.
So this farmer is going to sell their seeds, and they're going to sell them to people, like generally 5 acres of land, and they're going to get about 850,000 because of that chili that you go to the market and buy for 1 shilling. One. Somebody has gotten about more than 500,000 for chilies. So imagine growing something like maize or tomatoes that is constantly being consumed by almost every household.
Yes.
You will get a lot of money.
True. That's very true. And when I was thinking about the chilies, like I'd never seen chilies grow like that before. So the farmer was telling us that the chilies are like coffee. Once it grows out of the ground, you don't cut that off. You just prune it like the way you do coffee or tea, and then you wait for it to grow again. So basically, you're not doing the whole planting and nurseries and whatever process. You just prune the edges and the dry leaves, and then you water and fertilize and wait for it to grow again. So low maintenance, not a lot of drama with a plant. There are plants that have drama.
So in a year there'll be a couple of harvests.
Yeah, like 3
and
or 4
each harvest is giving this farmer 850,000 shillings.
Imagine that, guys. So think about it. And someone was telling me, "Oh, hakuna market ya chili. I just go and buy one chili in the market, or I buy for 5 bob because I don't have a shilling. So I just give the seller, the mama mboga, 5 bob, and they give me the 5 chilies." And I told this person, "You don't eat chili, but there's an audience, there's a target market that eats chili."
There are people who manufacture these chilies into the powder that you buy in the supermarket from tropical heat.
Thank you. The people who make the paste in their houses.
The paste, yeah.
Because they can't survive without chili. So, market kasi wewe, if you're not the target audience, well.
In markets like Nigeria, chilies are like tomatoes. People buy chili like tomatoes.
We are going to address that, by the way.
And that markets like India.
Yes, that you should
places that they love spicy food. That is.
Yes. So we're going to go for a break, and then we'll come back, and Ashley will talk about the chili markets in other countries. Yes. Please don't go far.
Agriculture is the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crops, and raising livestock. Agriculture provides most of the world's food and fabrics. It is not only a source of food and income, but also creates employment opportunities for many people in the world. Over 1 billion people worldwide work in agriculture, generating 2.4 trillion for the global economy. The global impact of farming on the environment is revealed that 40% of the Earth's land is now given over to agriculture. Agricultural development is one of the most powerful tools to end extreme poverty, boost shared prosperity, and feed a projected 9.7 billion people by 2050. And we, the Our Farmers Media, roll the carpet for you as we welcome you to our thrilling farm visits to different farmers that educate and inspire you in different sectors in agriculture. Catch us also on our shows on all our social media platforms as we bring you educative and informative information that will help you learn and guide you on your agriculture journey to success. Our farmers attain knowledge and grow profits.
Welcome back to the breakfast show. You are with me, DJ Nara, and my beautiful co host, our marketing consultant at Africa Farmers, Miss Ashley Marion.
Thank you very much for that good introduction.
That beautiful introduction.
Yes.
So, yeah, where were we? We were at
But
you and
Chili's,
Chili's. Yes.
that concept really, like, I'm still wowed by that idea.
Mhm.
The fact that such things can give so much money, it means that there's a lot in farming that we need to research on,
Absolutely.
work on, maybe that is one of the industries that can grow our country.
You know?
Yeah.
You never know. These are things you should be checking. And like she said, countries like Nigeria, India, those are staples. Chilies are staples in countries like those. So, you know, if you're into exports, that's a plant you could look into, you know. Yeah, so while we are keeping you entertained, we need to get you aware of the traffic. And on Twitter, the names on Twitter. Somebody called Tony Sunzu, I hope I'm saying that right, said Nairobi is no longer a city. It's now a small rural town in Bangladesh. If you have watched any movies, you know what Bangladesh looks like. It is like an enlarged Kibera and just so much foot traffic and, you know, car traffic, and with the rain.
And none of these things are good for this COVID.
None. But
None of them.
the
All
cold
of them
weather,
are just making it worse.
yeah, it makes it spread much faster.
Yeah.
Because it can last in this type of temperature.
Yeah.
Which is bad for us as a country, especially now that vile tunaenda ina depend na how our president wakes up. If he feels like 2 days a day for curfew or a lockdown. So yeah, it has to be with his mood. But anyway, we move regardless. Someone says Roberto Trey 3 says that the road connecting to Cabanas, from Cabanas to GM, is messed up. It's is it the pipeline one? The one that you get pipeline to Cabanas to Mombasa Road. I think that's the one he means. That is bad. Jogo Road / Landis Road into town by Mothurwa jam-packed. So if you're on that road, please either find an alternative or be patient. A lot of traffic along the road. This is basic. This is well known. Ni kama watoto wamerudi shule. Yes, the children are now back to school. Who else? Oh, along Mombasa Road, low visibility. Please take care and invest in lights. I think anamaanisha lights za gari. So yeah, if you don't check on your car lights or service them regularly, please do, because the fog there is nasty, and then the dust with all the construction is causing a dangerous scene. Someone else, Langata Road, still at a standstill. We hope it has cleared. This was about 30 minutes ago. Yeah, from the barracks. From the barracks all the way to Wilson Airport. Yes, please check on that. If it's clear, let us know. If it's still at a standstill, also let us know. Tumeingililia Bahati na hakuna jam. I think this is someone giving an alternative. It's Martin and at Grey Marwa. A Metro Trans bus has slipped into a trance at Bernard Arcade, and it has passengers on board. Oh wow, okay, sorry about that. So guys who are on that side, please take care. Again, outer ring road heading to Thika Road does not look good. Heavy traffic from Tena Estate stretching all the way. Oh guys, ni kubaya. It's the rain. We hope that it clears, but in case it doesn't, just be careful on the roads.
Just the double threat.
You know,
from kids going back to school and then it started raining. Everyone's car is on the road. Yes.
So again, by the way, you know, the normal days people say, let me just use matatus. Let me just not take my car out today. Yeah. You know, but now when they have to take their kid back to school with all the bags and all the, you know, and then it's raining, they're like, mista kungoja matatu nishinde kwa mvua. They get their cars out. So again, just be careful, drive slowly and safely, and you're going to get to where you're going. And now that you mentioned back to school, these kids are going back to hopefully a structure that, you know, see kama wakiwa nyumbani when you say, Mommy, I want this. Mommy, I want to eat 3 eggs. Mommy, I want ice cream. Mommy, I want, it's either you wake up at 6.
I felt so bad for
breakfast.
them when they went back to school end of last year, because you have been home for months.
Kwanza that whole, you've been home almost a year.
Since March. Were they going back to school in October?
Yeah, I think October or November. It was bad.
So this, okay, today they're going back to school. Is this first term or second term?
I have no idea. Maybe is it first term?
Because kids they've just done KCSE and KCPE.
So this is first term.
Probably.
Is this like the new system that will be running by? Because first of all, I can't understand it. It's confusing to me.
You know, now I know they're being rushed to
Yeah.
finish the syllabus
For
and
last
start another
year.
one. And
So if
there's
this
a
is
lot
first
going
term,
on.
are they going to the next class?
Yes.
And what if they didn't finish the syllabus of the other class?
I wish I could answer that
Yeah,
question.
your face is just like,
Yeah.
why you ask how? What do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
But yeah, we also don't know. But anyway, imagine now again increase in food prices. The school has to buy in bulk, first of all, the maize, the beans, the flour, stuff like greens, things that they don't eat all the time, but it's at least put in there to supplement their diet. I remember when I was in high school a century ago, we used to have, I think, a fruit 2 times a week. So that's a banana and maybe an orange, or a banana and a mango, or just 2 bananas depending on the season. So if a nyanya or 3 tomatoes are costing 50 shillings, can you imagine how they,
And that goes back to all these costs just keep going back to each other, because now you as the parent, you're buying food at home. And then now the schools might decide to increase their prices.
Yes, the school fees.
The school fees.
Yeah,
Parents are already struggling to take their kids back to school. And then now you want them to start paying more.
Yeah.
Because food has gone up.
And if they don't pay more, then the school will have to reduce the quantity of food for the kids. Exactly. Which again,
and I've watched the news where you see in this really poor families, like people who are struggling, you find kids saying that they go to school because they also get food there.
Oh wow. Oh, yeah, the lunch programs and stuff like that.
I've seen such a story on the news where kids are going to school because they're going to be provided for food, because at home things are really bad.
Oh wow. So now the food that they're depending on is about to be either reduced or too expensive for them to afford.
Exactly.
Wow.
This goes way deeper than we just here.
It touches everything.
It's not superficial. It goes way deeper.
Yeah, it goes far.
Yeah.
This is insane. Imagine milk for the tea that they take. Even in our time, we'd have the tea that was so light, the milk.
We used to call it nylon because it looks translucent.
It looks.
Yeah.
we called it semi-through, like the petticoats, the way you'd wear a dress without the. So imagine now that they have to again reduce the quantity of milk that they buy, because milk has gone up by about 5, 6, 7 shillings. If you buy that in bulk, and that increase is a lot of money. You don't think about it when it's just your 1 liter, when you're in a family or you're living alone or you're just a couple. But when you think about it in a school scenario, again, a lot of problems. And now the tea will be completely invisible. If there is any milk that was put in their porridge, maybe they took porridge, then again they have to forget about that. And when the food prices for the normal food go up, stuff like sugar, stuff like tea bags, the subsidiary, I think called subsidiary, haziko urgent like sahi, but they're still needed for daily usage. Sugar kwanza, we usually blink, it's 50 bob higher. I don't know what happens to sugar, honestly. Now that is another thing that students have to forget about. As in, it's bad, it's tricky.
Everyone is being affected.
Yeah, honestly. And now for the common mwananchi, they do basic nutrition. If after they've passed through any sort of education, they'll know I need a carbohydrate, I need a protein, and I need a vitamin. So now if you're telling me that the food prices have gone high, they'll think, okay, carbohydrate into your energy, vitamin in your health. What is expensive there that I can cut? Protein. Nyama goes away, beans maybe goes away. They have to eat cereals, legumes, those ones are now very expensive. So it's either ugali and skuma or ugali and nothing. Ugali and stew, the ile stew, tomatoes that we used to make. And now the tomatoes are free for 50 shillings. That again is no longer an option. It's a headache. I think about it. Me myself, I can't afford tomatoes right now. I'm not even lying, guys. I cannot. tomatoes itabidi nikuwa napika weekend like a treat. Unajua vile unajipelekanga kukula chips na soda na sijui kuku, tomatoes itakuwa hivyo like a weekend or a holiday treat. You just cook 7 tomatoes with nothing else in them. Unakula 2 tomatoes. I'm treating myself. It's self-care.
It is no longer just something you add to a stew.
It is itabidi now the what's it called, the powdered stuff or the canned tomatoes, you have to think now outside the box. The box is here. You gotta be in Nigeria, guys. You gotta be in Malawi, very very far away from this box. Because now when you think about now stuff like onions or stuff like garlic, one used to be 10 shillings a very few years back. It's not even a lot of years, and now one inaenda 30 bob. I'm on Ambo 50.
Things just keep rising.
So you have to think of now alternatives like garlic powder, ginger. You can no longer buy the ginger itself. You have to buy it as powder, onion powder, or dried sun-dried tomatoes. We have to adapt. We have to change and adapt. Wow.
So I'm going to read a comment on our Facebook Live where we are right now. And thank you so much, Sebastian, Peter, for coming to our live and commenting.
Yes.
And I love the comment he made about let's grow our own food. Like I talked about last week, the way like you find someone has a kitchen garden just outside there that has those basic things such that they can't go without them.
Yes.
Things like skuma, spinach, onions, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, now the only other option would be growing your own food, because your tomato ni bei yako. It's you who has grown it. If maybe you're growing it for your own use, then it helps. Like the tuskumas on the on our balconies. Mtu kama huyo is not suffering from the increase that we have right now.
It will help them. Like it will help them get along. This is a survival technique.
It's now at that point where we are still we have not gotten out of that survival mode yet, and it seems we are going in even deeper. So I saw people doing the old jeans plants. I don't know what to call it. You see, there's the kitchen garden, and then there's that system that they used to create with gunias. If let's say you don't have a big
old jeans, I've seen it too. And
take old jeans and just pack them with dirt, dirt, manure, whatever fertilizer, and plant. And the skumas from that jeans are amazing. And they're not tampered with. The dirt is healthy because you've treated it with manure and stuff like that. So the skuma from there is just fresh and wholesome.
This is another thing I have seen people do. Plastic really like contaminates like the environment. So in urban areas, things like this 20-liter water bottles that people buy. Once you're done with the water, there's a lot of waste that goes out. So I've seen people take those bottles and like they cut them half, or amtungi, a jerrycan that is no longer in use. They cut it like in half and then they use it to plant small things like maybe some spinach, some onions, the spring onions, some stuff like that, and it helps them have a kitchen garden. I've seen people do that in balconies, like in places like Umoja. People live in flats. There is no place to have a kitchen garden for everyone. So I've seen people do that in their balconies. And you find ways to adapt.
That's amazing, because
you find a ways to adapt.
Places Umoja, our area in Kiambu, you might think, the land is green and beautiful, but no, the lower floor of your flat is cemented. So where will you kitchen garden? You have no backyard. You have no private area of your own. It's just a balcony. So on that balcony, apart from the plants for beauty and aesthetics, you gotta think outside the box again. You think I can do skumas. I can do one nini of pili pili to always have your
for the chilies.
for the chilies. Because honestly, we're going to post those photos later in our African Farmers Club Facebook page. Please go check them out. You'll understand why we are crazy excited
About
these chilies.
They were
because
beautiful.
breathtaking. You know that beautiful red that's just calling to you. It's the green. It's a nice deep avocado green. You know, amazing, breathtaking, bellissimo. Anyway, well, again, now when you think about the food increase for a farmer now, not for a consumer, not for a common mwananchi, for a farmer, yes, you might think there is profit if you're growing them right now, but then again, if you just started planting, like the farm we were in Namanga, this person has just planted the onions. By the time they are growing, will this hike still be in place? Will this increase still be functional? Or will they find now the off peak season where their onions are selling for even less than half,
shillings.
5 shillings for an onion? It's a huge onion that now you can use 4 times. You get? So that sort of fluctuation is not good for farmers, because then you cannot be able to time. Like we were talking about last week with record keeping. Yes, you can keep the records. You will like the software we're talking about, Rapid Farm, will help you see when this, maybe when you planted the onions, when you need to water, when you need to fertilize, when you need to, all of that. The records, you'll have them. But if the prices are fluctuating at that kind of rate, you cannot fully tell this is the time I need to harvest, so this is the time I need to plant, because you'll think that's the time, and then by the time you get there, the hike is again gone, or gone up or down. If you have potatoes in the farm right now, maybe they are 2 weeks from growing, and with the rain they could be even less than a week. But then by the time you're done, by the time you're harvesting, again the fluctuation. Maybe in Nairobi they cost more, or Nyeri they cost less, or Eldoret, and you can't transport. So again, this fluctuation is not healthy for farmers. As much as they would enjoy, the ones who are harvesting right now, they would enjoy the hike. The other farmers who are still farming, or who are close to harvesting, or who have just even started the germination process, it's bad news for them.
I remember earlier this year, mangoes, the mangoes come in season,
Yes,
and there's
yes.
a lot of supply in the market.
Yeah.
You can find a very big mango for 5 shillings.
True.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I saw this, she's an influencer, her name is Liz Ntonjira. I saw she harvested mangoes after that season.
After?
Like, after.
Ooh, okay.
The thing is, she got more profit because now they were leaving. The supply was reducing.
Yes. So the demand was higher.
Yeah, so the demand was higher. So she could put her prices a bit higher.
Okay.
Yeah, and she got her profit. I feel like she benefited more than the ones that harvested during the season, the high supply season.
True. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And honestly, right now, especially even when the kids are going back to school, and those who are now done, the KCSE results are supposed to come out today, I think. Yes, they're supposed to come out today. So first of all, if you have any relatives who are who just completed the Form 4 national exam, please check on them. The tension, you feel like there's 10 liters, you feel like there's 10 liters of water in your stomach. So especially them, they've had a hard time, they've had a hard year. If they pass, even if they don't get, the mark that you are expecting from them, don't be harsh, don't be, don't be critical of them.
We have gone through a lot.
Please, if us adults have gone through a lot, imagine a teenager. And a teenager is already going through hormonal imbalance, and
to be out of school for all those
for
months,
that long,
to perform well,
please don't be harsh on those kids. And if they pass, if they do well, then celebrate them, because they tried. I can tell you that they tried. We had no problem, maybe strikes or something like that, and we still did not perform like we expected. So for them, if they come through, then you have to come through for them as a parent. But yes, like I was saying, encourage these kids who are just finishing school, that the courses to go and learn in campus are not just doctor, teacher, engineer, farming. Let them think about agriculture, agronomy. being extension officers, or just a business course that they can implement everywhere. It's not, oh, amepita science, alikuwa na A science, so medicine, or alikuwa na A history, so this and that. As in, don't drive them to those traditional courses.
And I've also seen like the way people are always walking around saying there are no jobs, there are no jobs, there
Yeah.
are no jobs. And your parents have a certain piece of land lying somewhere there without being used at all. People have started making paths on it
On it
to
to
cross
walk
on the
through.
other side of the town because it's just
Wow.
there, nothing is being done on it.
Oh Lord.
And if you went and told your parents to like allow you
To farm on
to
that
farm
land,
on that land and get you little something,
they'd be excited. In
they'd
fact,
be
they'd
excited.
give you
You
and
would-
help you and
just to get money to get yourself going. And if you do it the right way, you might actually benefit a lot from that.
True.
You might grow yourself from that. Because
Absolutely.
leasing land for agriculture is not
It's not a
expensive.
draw.
It
True.
is not expensive.
And honestly, if your parents can give you that, you don't even have to lease, that they just have it there. If they have 3 acres, let them give you a quarter, even an eighth. Start with an eighth. If that works, the profit works, then you can expand elsewhere. And they'll be very happy. They're like, you're interested in farming. You want our land, you want shika. They'll even give you maybe the first subsidized equipment and fertilizers and stuff like that. The inputs, the farm inputs za kwanza watakupea free, because they're so excited that you're trying something else, even though it's not related to your educational background. But anyway, it is what it is. We move regardless. For those of the people who live in Nairobi, or the outskirts of Nairobi, who their parents don't have land per se, you can think about leasing, you can think about joint ownership. The banks and finance organizations in the country right now are very open to that. As long as you're a group, you're a chama, you're a women's chama who has some sort of income or some sort of weekly money that you pull together, then the banks are open to help you lease a land or help you own one where you can farm as a group and share the profits as a group. Honestly, right now, there's no excuse. There's no excuse to not get into farming. Okay? Everything is here for you to use, and we are providing you with the information that you need. So, do you see what we mean?
We have another comment on Facebook from Jill Zambika. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Okay.
And he's saying growing our own food at a household level can significantly cushion the impact of increasing prices.
Absolutely.
And he is very right.
Very right.
Very correct.
Very right.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, honestly, the size of your balcony is the only thing you need to worry about.
Yeah.
And that is my mic, ladies and gentlemen. The size of your balcony is all that you need to consider, because it's empty space, it's free space. And now it's raining, hakuna views. Una view nini? There's no views to enjoy from your balcony. And start small. Just start with maybe a few greens. Greens, I think, are the easiest to handle. Maybe some potatoes, a few beans here and there. Just something easy that you can live for a day and you won't find, chaos has happened. That when you go to work and come back, you're not constantly worried like, did I check on my what? Did I check on this, whether it's okay? As long as you water it and a bit of manure, you are good. So low drama plants, low labor intensive plants, so that it's something that you can just work on it when you have free time. And also easy to grow and fast, not at an any that needs 8 months to sprout and
just
grow.
The
general food stuff, the basic stuff that you need in your house. And then in case the bulb onions are expensive, just grow the leaf onions in your backyard. In fact, they're more aromatic, they're spicier, they give a better flavor than even the bulb onion, and those ones you can grow safely in your kitchen
and also,
garden.
if you think about it, if us who are in the urban areas, if you went home to your rural home and you helped your parents or your grandparents, like with their farm, because they usually do the traditional ways that they have learnt about, like from from a long time ago, and yes, they get something, but there's more potential to it.
Yes.
If they helped them like with new technologies.
True.
And new ways to plant, like educating them on farming for profit.
Yes.
That small piece of land can feed the whole extended family.
True. Very, very true.
And this, as Jill has said, is going to impact the rice.
Yes. It's going to help you. The effect won't be as direct to you as to the rest of us who still have to buy everything from circles and supermarkets and all of that stuff. Yes, we'll go on a short break, but we'll be right back. Please don't go far.
Majina ni Emmanuel Lelei ama Lelei kwenye Facebook. Mimi nashughulika na drip installation, na hiyo ndio kazi ambayo tunaifanya. Kwanza kabisa ningependa kuwashukuru African Farmers Club kwa huu wakati ambao wameweza kunialika katika ofisi yao. Ningependa kusema ya kwamba venye nimeweza kualikwa mahali hapa, mimi ningesema ya kwamba itakuwa ni ushirikiano ulio mwema baina ya drip irrigation, Tips Hub na Africa Farmers Club. Nimekuwa nafanya hii kazi kwa muda mrefu. So far niko na 6 years kwa mambo na installation of drip, na kazi yenyewe ni nzuri, ninaipenda. Kitu ambacho ningependa kuwahimiza wananchi, hakuna mtu unaweza ukafanya kitu kama hujaweza kuipenda mwenyewe. So mimi napenda kazi yangu, kazi ambayo naifanya naipenda, na ndio sababu nimeweza kutilia maanani ama nimeweza kuweka kigongo kwenye kazi ambayo naweza kuifanya ya drip installation. So kazi yetu tunaifanya, na leo nimeweza kupata hii nafasi ya kuweza kuwa pamoja na African Farmers Club. So ukitaka kunipata kwenye mtandao Facebook, utanipata kama Olelei Emmanuel, ama unipate na Olelei Drip Irrigation Tips Hub. Kwa Gmail utanipata emmanuel.lei@gmail.com, na kwenye YouTube bado utanipata kama Irrigation Tips Hub. Nambari yangu ya simu kwa wale ambao wanaweza kuwa wanauliza, nambari ya simu ni 0720041484. Ningependa kabisa nikaweza kuonyesha emitter ni nini na kazi yake na umuhimu wake pia ni nini. Unapotazama hapa kuna drip line, na utaona ukiangalia kwenye sehemu ya juu kuna sehemu moja iko na hizo shimo ambayo inatoa maji, hiyo tunaita emitters. So maji, wakati wote maji inatokea kwenye hizo emitters, na hiyo emitter ikiweza kuwa uchafu ikiweza kuingia humo ndani haiwezi kutoa hiyo maji. So emitters ni kitu muhimu sana kwa drip line, maana hiyo ndio ina release maji iweza kuenda kwa mmea. So ningependa kueleza tu kwamba mtaweza kujua wakati unafanya installation ya drip, kama wameinstall shamba yako, make sure unaangalia kila wakati hizo emitters kama zimeangalia juu ama zimeangalia chini. Zikiangalia chini, hapo in the bottom yake kuna na chances ya uchafu. Wakati uko na uchafu kwa tank, ipite kwa filter, ikifika pale itaweza kublock hizo shimo na zitaweza kutoa maji. Number 2, wakati tunafanya installation hapa kuna aina moja ya starter connectors, na ambayo sio starter connectors, hii tunaita mini valve, ambayo ina uwezo unaweza ukaifunga mwenyewe ama ukaweza kuifungua kama unavyoona, kuna maji yanatoka, na kuna ambayo ni direct starter connectors. So hii ni mojawapo ya mkulima mwenye anaanza anaweza akatumia kitu kama hii, maana anaweza akacontrol, ama ako na maji kidogo, unaweza ukacontrol wakati umefanya installation yako, unaweza ukacontrol hii maji, maana hii itakuwa na kazi kubwa.
Welcome back, guys. You're still with us at Africa Farmers. This is the breakfast show with me, DJ Nara, and my lovely co-host Ashley Marion. Unaona vile ana smile vizuri, just looking good for the cameras. We are live on Facebook at Farmers with a Z, but you can find us across all social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Our Twitter is, by the way, very active. We are handling it with a very young man, very young, capable man who is always on Twitter. So you can DM us there, you can private message, you can tweet, and replies will be with you within the hour. If you want to send us an inquiry about our services, which are, by the way, we we do seed propagation, we do farm trainings and management, we give soil testing and correction services. We have a whole umbrella of services under our company. So please inquire about anything that you might need on our email at info@africafarmers.org. And we are everywhere. Ukikosa kuto access, that's on you. You can't say you can't find us because we are everywhere. So yeah, these are the COVID updates as of 24 hours, I think. Yes, they're as recent as 24 hours. So these are the worldwide cases, and Ashley will give us the country-wide cases. Yes, kuna jina kama country-wide.
Yes.
My English took a break when I finished school. Anyway, current cases in the world are 158,975,067. Those are the coronavirus cases registered across the world. The deaths so far are 3,307,084 cases. The recoveries are 136,541,770 cases. So yeah, those are the total, guys. We have improved. I think from last week the cases recovered were 89 million. We're now at 94. So good sign. Yes. Za Kenya ziko aje?
COVID updates in Kenya as of 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
The positive cases are 316 from a sample size of 4,251. The positivity rate is 7.4%. The recoveries are 62 and deaths are 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Again, we've also reduced. I think the deaths were 18 last week. Yeah, the deaths were 18 if I remember. So we're headed somewhere. So again, responsibility is all yours. Please keep safe. Sanitize, wear a mask. Na tulisema, do not the 5 bob masks. Please, those will not protect you from anything. I'd rather you buy one good mask for 50 bob and just treat it well so that you can wear it a few times. But the 5 bob mask, honestly, not healthy, and I'm not even sure it's sanitary for you. And there's this story that has been where guys are using reused masks. Rather, people are taking used masks from maybe the towns and the cities and just cleaning them and ironing them to make them straight again and selling those masks at 5 bob. So you could be getting a mask that's already
Used.
Yes, that already has the virus. So what are you protecting from? If the mask you're buying is the one that's giving you, the virus to begin with. So please keep safe. Wear a good mask, a PPE mask. Please sanitize. Please stay away from people if you can. If you can work from home, please do that. For those of us who cannot work from home, ensure you're safe. Cough into your elbow or into your mask and make sure there are no spaces through your mask to ensure that the air in and out is being filtered. I do have a question for you guys though, that I've never quite gotten until today, and I will leave you guys to give me the answer. Even Ashley, for the mask, the surgical mask, the blue one. When you have the virus and when you don't have the virus and you're trying to protect yourself from the people, which side do you wear? Apparently, there's a side that when you have the virus and you want to show people that I have the virus and I don't want to cough near you guys, there's a side you wear. And when you don't have the virus, there's a side you wear. Guys, check into that and tell me what it is. Ama, you know that?
I don't know.
I do not either, but
I just knew there was a way that you wear the mask. And that's
it.
That's it.
So yeah, for the people who have COVID and who have been tested, there's a way you're supposed to wear a mask to inform either other health workers or people who know. Now, the people who know which side of the mask means that you have the virus, so you're protecting the people from your virus. Do you get what I mean? And the people who don't have the virus and are protecting themselves from the virus. So research that, check into it, and tell us. You can comment on the group or the farmers page. Just basically everywhere we're going to find a comment, and we'll tally them. We'll see who's right and who's wrong, and we'll also do our research.
Yeah.
But yes, keep safe, guys. So Ashley, hebu wamalizie hii topic yetu.
So to finish up with the topic, the prices of food have increased, and it's partially because of the economy, the way it's going down because of the COVID-19. So we're encouraging people to do a lot of household small-scale farming so that you can be able to sustain yourself.
Yes.
Even if you're in the urban areas and you have a balcony that is enough space,
True.
You can improvise. There's so many new ways. On TikTok, I'm always seeing people doing DIYs, do it yourself, and they show you ways to do these things.
Yeah.
And we are going to get through this. As much as we are going through so many things right now, we are going to get through this. If you're watching us and you have a child that are getting the results today, all the best to you.
All the best.
We wish you all the best.
Success. You got this.
Thank you so much for watching us. We are going to be live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Facebook at Our Farmers, and we appreciate your presence.
Yes. Yes, we do. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Again, the Form 4 people, the guys who just finished the exam, I want to give a shout out to one that I know. Si ati sijui how wengine, but I know one. She's called Rita Njeri. She is just near Garden City. Shout out. Please, usikufe. She hasn't eaten since yesterday. She's like, if food comes in, it'll just go out. So we got you. You're okay. Whatever grade or marks you get, they can definitely do something. So the only thing that be wrong is getting an X or a Y, yani a no grade. But any grade that you get, we got you. You know, plus you're smart, you're a bookom, you're smarter than like 4 of us joined together. So you're okay. Congrats for the grade you're already going to get. That
I also want to
You know?
shout out my cousin, Adrian Kimani Jenga. He's also waiting for his results today.
Oh.
I know he is not well. He's anxious.
Ni kubaya.
He is waiting for those results. But we got you. As Nara said, we are going to be there for you and we're going to support you in any way that we can.
Plus, this is a stage you have to go through. We were there. The people behind us were there. People in front of us were there. So just get it done.
It's never that serious.
Really, it's never that serious. We have seen. We know it is never that serious. But yes, for the food, the food price increase. Think outside the box, guys. Box is here. Should be where? In Malawi. Yes. Thinking very, very outside this box. Find ways to sustain yourself. Find alternative products if the food prices are affecting you directly in terms of onions or just basic food stuff. Find an alternative product. Make sure you still give your kids and your family and yourself enough nutrition and nourishment. Whether the food is increasing or not, we still need to be healthy, because again, a healthy body is better for fighting corona and other diseases that attack the immunity. Yeah, so I am DJ Nara on Facebook. Please stay tuned. Like Ashley said, we come live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And you never know, maybe this Friday I might have a whole live set of music. You never know. So you gotta be here to find that out. But yes, you can find me across all platforms at DJ_Nara. Yes, and on Facebook is DJAAY. The other platforms is just DNJ. Yes, thank you for watching. See you Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye.